You see, at first, when someone says, let's impose tariffs on foreign imports, it looks like they're doing the patriotic thing by protecting American products and
Good evening, Trump's America. My name is DBarnett, and today I'm going to be discussing everything Donald Trump mentioned at his first State of the Union address, from enforcing his tariffs against Canada and Mexico, to banning transgender men competing against women in women's sports, attempting to freeze grants and loans for college students, and deporting undocumented immigrants. Now let's get to it. Since taking office, Donald Trump implemented his tariffs, 25% tariffs against Canada and Mexico, which has caused retaliatory tariffs. Now, let me remind you, inflation is slowly going down, but slowly going down does not mean it's down. Eggs are $8. If these tariffs continue, how much are they going to cost a year from now? Maybe even 5 months. One of Trump's influences, former President Ronald Reagan, back in 1986, said he was strongly against tariffs because they hurt the consumers. Donald Trump has always said that Ronald Reagan is one of his greatest influences. How can you do something that your greatest influence hated and strongly disagreed with? Now, Trump also mentioned deporting undocumented immigrants. Trump signed an executive order creating the largest deportation force in American history. This deportation force has slowly made progress, little to Trump's surprise, and little to America's surprise for that matter. Now, illegal border jumpings have decreased, but not in the way Trump had hoped. One of the reasons why Trump is so strongly against illegal border crossings is because of a college student, a young woman named Riley Gaines, who was killed while jogging by an illegal immigrant. After that situation happened, Donald Trump campaigned on deporting illegal immigrants. And in my honest opinion, I think this is why Trump won the election. The Democratic Party had little to no say over a woman's murder. They really aren't speaking out against much of Trump's policies. They don't have any counters to Trump's policies, and it seems like the Democratic Party is crumbling. So again, how could they stop them? Another one of Trump's campaign promises was banning transgender men from competing against women. Now, Trump signed an executive order called Keeping Men Out of Women's Sports. Since signing that order, the NCAA has been told to keep men out of female locker rooms and sports. If you don't know, which I said in my last video, Title IX was passed over 50 years ago, which gave women the right to compete in their own sports, leagues, and gave them the right to have their own locker rooms. This is a complete slap in the face to Title IX and generations of women who fought to get their own opportunities. There have been several women who have fought hard, some who died, never seeing the progress that women have made in sports. And you're going to tell me men are taking rights and privileges that women have fought so hard to achieve? Now, Trump is currently in a legal battle with the governor of Maine for not following the federal government's policies. Third topic for tonight. Donald Trump is in a court battle with U.S. District Court Judge John McConnell for attempting to freeze federal loans and grants for college students. Now, in his first month in office, Trump has already cut many people working in the Department of Education. This will cause tremendous backlash for teachers and students. Students like in states like Mississippi, who are poor states. States like Arkansas and Oklahoma, who are poor states. These students will not survive a closing of the Department of Education. There are students who depend of special needs programs that the Department of Education funds. What's going to happen to these students? And what's going to happen to the millions of college students who need college, who depend on college, who also depend on grants? Now, for the rich, they're not worried. They can pay out of pocket. But for low-income families, for lower middle-class families, what's going to happen to those people who can't afford to pay out of pocket? What's going to happen to foreign exchange students who come to this country seeking a better life for them and their families, who want to make change in the world? Now, I want to hear from you. I want you to tell me what you think about these issues I just stated. If you want to hear more from me, follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is @DerrickBarnett. My YouTube page is Derrick Barnett 7539. Like, follow, and subscribe.